Who would I be without my Uncle Dan? Yeah, guys, welcome to Drew's Paranormal Vlog. There might be a lot of you know like what I'm going to hear say today, but hey ho! I'm going to tell Willie to turn that down upstairs. But as in Drew's fashion, I've been threatened by the police coming, by the way, so I will stick within the law, and it's a good job I have just did loads of qualifications for this type of thing. So I will stick within the law. Just let me say something. Turn it down, please. Thank you. Yes, okay. So, hi, Mike. Well, how are you doing? Welcome, Terry. Welcome, Citizen Brother. Welcome, Dobie Socks, sisters and brothers and angels and ancestors. That's my prayer. These get sound now, guys. Hope so. Oh, we've got 14 people in. Let me see how many likes we'll get and how many dislikes we'll get today. Will we jump back and forward and see? I don't even know if anybody wants to come up on. I've said, Shell, I'm going to ask you to do something, okay? Just go, right? As my best friend, you know, we've just had a big long discussion, so, okay. And Dobie, I know you know. Hatchy Hatch, my favourite mod in the whole wide world. Love from me and Big Buds. Oh, don't worry, Hatchy Hatch. You'll be less confused in a minute. Believe me. And I've got screenshots to prove all that, to prove I've done nothing wrong. And another thing, if any of you know me at all, which I know a lot of you do, if I do ever do anything, it's never out of malice. It's out of either a place I want to help, kindness, whatever it could be. But we'll get into all that. Welcome, Colin, buddy. I hope you're good, my friend. I'm just so happy you're all here. Thank you for spending your Saturday afternoon with me. I was working right up to 6 o'clock. So I'm loving my new job, guys. My days are fleeing past, and do you know something? It's crazy because see I sat 21 exams it was altogether within 3 weeks. And if you notice, my voice has changed because I've learned as well to speak clear. So anyway, for the past 3 weeks, we've been doing nothing but exams and a lot of it's financial stuff and as well. A lot of how to speak to people. A lot of it's safeguarding. A lot of it is just all the usual data protection and a lot of things. So it's a lot of knowledge that you can use in your business life and in your private life. So, and it's actually quite a good job because I now know what I'm talking about when I explain a few things. So, okay. Yeah, never mind, Shell. It's okay. Don't say any more. Don't bring your character down by giving them the response that they want, because then that way they can talk about you. Just be your nice self. I know you're angry. A lot of people are angry right now. I'm angry myself. But just stay calm because we know we're the better people and we know that we've done nothing wrong. So that's why I'm calm. If I thought for 1 minute I was wrong, I would be going crazy. But I'm just going to let a few of you get in. And I can't play the video because copyright lets me play it, stop it and start it, so I can play it in fair use. So I will just put that up on screen right now. I can play in fair use. I'll put up the video that Dakota did about me about an hour ago, okay? As long as I stop and start it within 3 minutes for at least 10 seconds, it's fair use to share. I know my stuff. Okay, doc. It's just out of curiosity, has anybody seen the video that Dakota did about me? If anybody's seen the video that Dakota out of Bold and Bonkers has done about me, put your hands up or whatever, okay? Just so I know. They'll probably be watching, by the way. They'll be in the background because that's one thing about me. I don't block people unless they've done something to me. So not like what they did with me, blocked me on everything before I had a chance to explain myself. And there wasn't any email, by the way. I'm still to find it. So anyway, I won't be blocking anybody. I never ever do. So there's always a open door of communication where I'm involved in things. I've always been the same with ex-partners, people, my friends I've fell out with and things. Ask Michelle, she's in chat. I have always had an open door. Even Sister Sherry, ask her, because I've always had an open door of communication. I've never blocked anybody. That's just who I am. There was a comment for you from Dakota Sis, a chat before you came on. Yeah, basically, there was another one as well saying that if I say anything wrong, he's getting the police. So I don't know. All I can do is tell my truth. And my truth is my truth. And there is nothing wrong in it whatsoever. So I'll get started. I'll get started at what started it all, right, last night. So, for example, last night, guys, as you know, I work a lot. So last night I was working until 5 o'clock. In fact, it was closer to 5:30. So, but then my wee grandson was fed up waiting on me because I usually get him when they finish work. So I ended up, I got him. And because I've not spent time with him all week, I kept him to about 8 o'clock-ish or something. I don't remember. But we walked down the railway just to do our usual little spend time to ourselves and get to know, just to find out about how his week went and things. So I walked Zach down the road to the railway, came back up, did a few things that I had to do, can't even remember what. So finally settled down for the night, which is just my usual, going through Facebook, seeing who's live, seeing if there's any links I have to share, saying hello to a couple of people, maybe check emails, different things like that, right? So there was nothing. And then I noticed, I think it was the night before, I had noticed that Sis was doing her show, the Bolden Bonkers, of course, the Lost Magics. So that was fine and well. And I noticed that the title was Screenshot Memory, okay? So without putting any further thought into it, I thought Screenshot Memory was maybe her going back through her channel and picturing things, because she did say she was trying to turn it to paranormal. So I thought, me thinking that she was going to grab some screenshots of some lives and explain them about the memory, maybe even because it was about mental health as well, maybe about what she goes through at the time. I don't know. I just assumed that was what it was. So anyway, I was late into the chat anyway. So while I was trying to get my pajamas on and while I was trying to make a couple of cigarettes, I was listening, but I wasn't looking at chat. So anyway, by the time I did all that and I jumped back on, they were on to the subject about the shootings again. They were back on the subject about the shootings again. But see, when you do these type of these lives, guys, right? I've been through this because, as I say, and I'm not keeping boasting. I'm no, even though Dakota says I'm trying to get famous and everything, bullshit. And if any of you know me, that is the one thing I've always said. I'm not doing this to be famous. I do this to talk to the spirits. Anyway, back to the real story. So what was I saying? What was I saying, guys? So I did that. What was I saying? I'm lost again. So I came in and I jumped on the computer and things, seen who was live, noticed that Sherry was live, and I went, oh, and just expected to be the Lost Magics. And as I said about the screenshot, so I was doing things and wasn't really listening, and that's the truth, but I was supporting. So they started talking about which Sherry did, that Sister Sherry did like a really good stream, I think it was the day before or that day, about all the shootings. And I know quite a lot about it, guys, because I've actually been like through a few counselling things. And I'm not even going to get into that because the court will think I'm bragging again, but no, I'm not going to get into that, right? So all I said was, if you're talking about mental health or anything, let me know, because I could let you know, because I have did a lot about it, guys, you know. But that, according to Dakota today, that's me begging to be on screen or something. And it's not. It's just me wanting to help because I know what I'm talking about from a counsellor's point of view and how to guide people out of grief. It doesn't matter. Anyway, so I didn't know nothing about it. And what I did was I thought, right, well, they've not put the trigger warnings up on screen, which is illegal, by the way. You can get your channel flagged for that. You've got to put trigger warnings up every 15 minutes to explain to people that you're talking about death, death of kids, and the fact that you showed guns and things. You've got to put up warnings about that. Viewers that know your stuff. So me being me, you didn't even put in the chat, by the way, as well as the reason I put my link up somewhere if anybody was struggling at that moment in time that they could go talk to somebody. All you did was say links below. How's that going to help somebody if they're watching a live stream and where the sight of guns or the sight of these kids getting killed? What are they going to do? Start going onto the channel and looking for descriptions? No, sorry. They're looking for somebody that's going to help them there and then. And if there's a link in a screen, do you think they're maybe going to grab that? Especially if it's somebody part of our community who knows that I do support live streams. What they would probably do is, oh, look, there, Drew shared a link. Maybe she could help me right now that I'm struggling. But no, Dakota looks at it as if I'm trying to share my link and promote myself. So it just proves, Dakota, that you've never knew me. You didn't want me to be part of the team the minute you found out I didn't believe you about being alien possessed and things. That's the truth. The minute I started calling you out on it, that's when you started trying to push me out. And I tried to not knowingly wanted to go along with it, see how it went, see if you could prove to me that these alien beings were visiting you, giving you the time of day, and supporting you on it, sharing the streams, talking about it in my groups. Trying to convince people in my everyday that this stuff could be real, never to call anybody liars. Still try to promote it and everything. For being a skeptic that I am, I was willing to listen. I was willing to be educated on it. But for the minute I started asking the questions, wondering why this was and wondering why that was, and I don't serve a purpose in your documentary because I don't get possessed by aliens. You've never liked me. You've always tried to kind of keep me in a back burner. And you were happy for me to give up my post with the Lost Magics. And the reason I gave up my post with the Lost Magics was because the shows were meant to be equal, half down the middle. 30 minutes to Sherry, 30 minutes to me. I was the one that was to speak about what I knew about what I know working with it. Sherry understandably was doing it because she prefers to read it that way and things. But my point was, I was the one in the wrong because I wanted equal time to explain the things I had to explain. Because I could have showed people a lot better how to do it. We've shown them how to do it rather than reading it, was my point. So I didn't go in a huff. And the reason that people commented on it from my side was because they weren't happy the way I was treated. I asked 3 times. I asked one verbally, and then I went to private chat twice to ask if I could please say something, Sister Sherry. And I still got ignored. So that is why the next day when I woke up, I messaged you and asked if I could have a meeting. And when you blamed me, that it was me that was wrong, when I wasn't wrong, all I wanted to do was explain things in my words. You decided that I was the one in the wrong and I had to prove myself before I got another show and all this carry on. Whereas I did nothing wrong. Yeah, my followers were upset and they started saying a couple of negative things. But that's because they're loyal to me and knew I was getting treated unfairly. So that is why I left the Lost Magics. I says, let Sherry do it her way with reading from a screen. And I'll do my own show where I'll show people how to do magic and how it comes to theism within. That is the reason I did. And Sherry and I speak. I told Sherry that we are still friends, we're still sisters. We obviously just don't do our magic the same. So it's got nothing to do with that. My point today is the fact is you went behind my back, Dakota. You didn't explain yourself. You blocked me on the B&B group. You blocked me on your private page, and I've still to find the email where you sent me explaining. So I've did nothing wrong. Everybody that's followed me for the past 5 years between all the different places and my paranormal groups that I've built up a rapport with, my Nottingham teams and things, they all know me. And if you're all psychic and you're all empaths, you know my heart. So, do you know what I mean? I'm the nicest person you will ever meet. I would give you the clothes off my back. So to say that I'm looking for fame is crazy, because I've said it for day one. I didn't ever want to be the one in the spotlight. I've already got what I need in life. I've made my friends in the paranormal. If I don't meet another YouTuber tomorrow, I'm happy at who I've met, which is Haunted Finders, Ghosts. Well, I've not met Ghosts of Trent yet, sorry. Amy from Shadowhunters UK, Moxley, and all the different teams. And I'm not name dropping, and I've got an interview next week with Lady Grave Dancer and things, and I'm allowed on her show every week. So I could keep going on and on and on and on about the things I'm achieving, but I don't. So for you to accuse me of just wanting fame and to do this and do that, no, I don't. So Dakota, I think you're very, very much wrong. I am the first person that shares your links. I am the first person that jumps on to offer anybody help, even if I'm busy. For you to say you can't get a hold of me in Messenger is bullshit. All you have to do is either email me, which I've not got an email from you, or get me on Messenger, and guaranteed within the hour, if I'm busy or if I'm working now, I'll get back to you. So every single thing, probably at least I would say, yeah, every single thing you said in that video about me is completely wrong. And do you know something? I wouldn't work with you again if you even gave me a free t-shirt for life, because you do treat people unfairly. I do everything for you. I share links and everything, and all because I called out Sherry for not letting me speak on a live that was meant to be shared, that I gave up family time for. I was wrong, and I was to apologise when she called me evil. All because I lose my temper. She lost her temper at me first, actually, and started shouting at me. And then when I shouted back, she called me evil. So I think you'd better all get your facts straight. And remember, if you're psychic, you know my heart. You know my good person soul. And I'm leaving it there, guys. And another thing, if you... No, don't... I mean, it's just...
And Drina's personal life has been interrupted by this as well. It's not just the paranormal in our groups.
Aye, because they've got to see me upset. Wait a minute, and this is like, well, and this is another thing you that promote. This is another thing you that promote, try to help people with mental health. You know my mental health state, and you put out that. Do you see what I'm saying, Dakota? Do you think that is very wise for somebody that has a mental health state that goes up and down? Use it, promote helping people. I did nothing wrong. I shared the link in case anybody was struggling. Because I said, join me, guys. And you want to make me cry. When yous were going to give up, when everything came out about Lex and everything going against you. I kept you going in chat, telling you have got this, telling you know the right way to do it. Because I don't believe about your alien stuff, you want me to stay to get out. I don't need a cuddle, I'm fine, son. I'm just angry. You know I cry when I'm angry. So that's the truth. And I don't need you for to go out and podcast. I'll do it all myself. I know how to do it. So thank you, Dakota, for setting my mental health back.